Hey, how's it going? And today I wanted to do a video again on hierarchical bias. And this is one of those terms that seems so abstract and you're probably thinking, why do I need to know about this? And it's funny because I just made a tutorial about this and I was working in Unreal Editor for Fortnite, which also applies to Unreal Engine, the same thing, the same concept I'm showing you. You can use it in Unreal Editor for Fortnite. It came up. The issue came up of hierarchical bias, and I was like, I have a perfect example to show you this. So and this doesn't take very long. It does come up as an issue, is what I'm saying. So anyway, I'm just in a third-person template here, and we're going to go into Window, Load Layout, Default Editor Layout, Content Drawer, and we're going to dock it. Then we'll just go to the main content folder level. This is real easy to illustrate, and that's why I wanted to make this video. I'll leave a link in the description to the video I did on hierarchical bias, and that might help you if this seems confusing. I'm going to right click and I'm going to go to cinematics and I'm going to create a level sequence. Right? And I'm going to call this main sequence. Right? And then I'm going to click that and hit Control D and I'm going to call this a shot track 1. And then I'll go save all. Okay, and what we're going to do is I'm going to double click into this main sequence here. I'm going to select this ramp in the scene. Then I'm going to go to track, add to sequencer, and I'm going to add that ramp to the sequencer. Now with its transform selected, I'm going to lock in a keyframe. I'm going to turn on auto keyframe. I'm going to jump to the end of the sequence. And now on this, I'm just going to drag it up straight like that. Pretty clear, right, what's happening. So we've made an animation with this ramp going up using the sequencer. No problem. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add a shot track. So add a shot track here. Now when you create a shot track here, you need to have a sequence to put into it. So that's why I created this sequence over here. So we go plus, and there's the shot track we can add. Now this creates another level sequence and I can double click into it. And now I'm inside of this shot track, which is just another level sequence. But I think of it as I'm one level down from the main level sequence, just like it shows here. That's the main sequence right there. I double click in the shot track. Now I'm in the shot track sequence. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select that ramp and I'm going to go to track and I'm going to add that ramp here, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do just what I did in the main sequence, but I'm going to send the ramp in a different direction. I'm going to send it horizontally. So I'm going to add a keyframe here, go to the end keyframe, and I'm going to send the ramp horizontal. See that? So what we have now, and I can go save. So if I come into the content browser, let me go back to the main level sequence and start this from the beginning. I've got one ramp, right? But I have two sequences referencing it. This sequence is telling it to go up. This sequence is telling it to go right, horizontal. So the question is, which way is that ramp going to go? Is it going to go up? Or is it going to go to the right? You can almost think of it as you're working at a business and you're one employee, but you've got two bosses. And one boss is telling you to go up and the other boss is telling you to go horizontal. Who do you listen to? Which boss takes priority? So that's the question. And that's where hierarchical bias comes in. So which way will it go? Which way is it going to go? It's going to go horizontally. Why? Because of the hierarchical bias. So with hierarchical bias, it assigns priority to the layers of sequences. So if I right click here, go to properties, and you see hierarchical bias is 100. So the higher this value is, the more priority the sequence takes. So because this hierarchical bias is 100, and there actually is no setting for hierarchical bias on the main sequence. It's just by default 0. This shot track takes priority. Now here's what's interesting, and this is where this came up, because what I was trying to do is send send this object diagonally. So this ramp diagonally. So if I come into the sequencer again, I go into the shot track. Well, no, I can't get it from there. I have to be here. Go back on the main sequence. Right click here. I go up to properties and I set the hierarchical bias to 0. Let me move this to the beginning. Which way now? Up or down? Which way is it going to go? It's actually going to blend them now. So nothing really has priority because they're both set to 0. So it's going to take a combination of both sequences. One's telling it to go up, the other's telling it to go sideways. Neither has priority, so it goes diagonally. It kind of makes sense if you think about it, right? So look, there it goes, diagonal. So anyway, I hope you found this helpful. Take care, and I'll talk to you next time.